Well, hello there. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Thank you. I'm No2. Appreciate you being here. This is Hell's Bells on Nightmare Mode. We're playing online. Little guide walkthrough here for Hell's Bells. What can I say about it? Well, what can I say about Hell's Bells? Hell's Bells and Abandoned. The two hardest maps in Act 1, in my opinion. By far the two hardest maps in Hell's Bells. Or is Hell's Bells and Abandoned. It's really broken down into three parts. The turtle holdout, with the where you have the tow truck that pulls over the trailer. The approach to it's like the rock path to the forest and the forest itself, and then the church. So it's like the approach to the church and then the church itself. Um, this mission is easier with bots. If you're moving fast and you run, and if you want to speedy zoomy it, it's better with bots because the bots will automatically teleport to you if they're still alive, and not downed when you get inside the church and shut the door. And having at least all you need is one bot, really. One bot and a grenade or two. And that's all you need for the church, essentially. I'm going to show you where you can hold out at the trailer here. Stock up on our grenades. Grenades are on sale. It's always a nice thing to say. Do you need money for anything?
Probably
We're playing with
clean
one stranger and we have
themselves,
two bots.
Let me find out first.
Head down to that place they set up at the fairgrounds anyways. My band wanted none of that.
Okay, so we can jump over the fence.
Okay, this guy wants to speedy zoom zoom.
Right, honey?
So when it comes to this turtle trailer, you can hold out and I'll show you. I'll ping it.
A little bit so I can buy a second pipe bomb for when we're in the church.
What's that?
Or you can set up this turret and you can jump over the horde event and keep going. I'm gonna show you how to do that. Because when it comes to playing this game, right, and we come into contact with players who want to do the zoomy speed stuff,
we're just going to get what we need.
getting left behind at this trailer will kill us.
Keeping that for
Because
me.
it's just you can't survive on your own.
Poor woman. Out of her mind.
You guys running some sort of melee movement speed deck or something like that.
SMG.
He's been decent thus far. So is there anything for our handgun here? No. I'd like to get rid of those red.
Shotgun here.
Now when it comes to this tunnel, verticality that we can reach is always our advantage.
God, I want to bring that shotgun back and switch out the shit on it, but fuck it, that's too much time.
Because when it comes to verticality that we can reach, we can always sort of jump from one car to the other, and a lot of times we climb faster
It's your lucky day, HR.
than the ridden typically will. Verticality that we cannot reach is obviously a huge advantage for the ridden, etc., etc. So when we get to this trailer, this turtle trailer,
Road ahead's been blocked since the collapse.
I'm gonna shoot everything here and just try and pull as much as we can, and then just back up. Right, we're sort of right. So, like I talked about before, I think leapfrogging.
Bullets stuff.
We shoot a large area, everything we can see, pull the aggro, back up, let the bots deal with it, and then now that they're all dead, we can quickly take space. But
Gotta reload.
See that bother? I could have made the team.
Why me, Lord? Why me?
when it comes to looting, I typically do loot this van right here. There's a card spawn possible, and usually there's a bunch of
I could
money.
use that.
Propane tank, all that stuff is nice and useful.
Clear some space. Oh, fuck no.
What is this?
We're sort of just chill here. This is obviously an advantage for us to fight up here. So this truck
Something's
here,
over there.
so when you trigger the trailer event, a hole opens up in the invisible wall that prevents you from jumping over the barricade that's blocking your path. If you have enough movement speed, you can jump from that green truck
Put myself back together here.
into that hole.
Before the collapse,
Neither of us have
I
that
read a
movement speed.
substantial
It's
amount
this
of
truck right
material
here.
that supported the
When you start the trailer,
complex
hole opens up
was
just about
complicit
there.
in the outbreak.
Just about there. And with enough movement speed, you can jump and actually make it through that hole.
That'll do.
Instead, we're going to use a minigun.
How many of these things I can throw at us right now?
Got a tall boy.
Got 2 of them.
Well,
That sucks.
bright ideas.
Reloading.
So, as far as holding out normally, this is the spot right here. You can set up the minigun or not, but nothing can flank you in this corner. You're back against the wall, and you just hold out with the bots. And this is a relatively easy holdout when you hold out from here. When you're here, you should pay attention to this billboard because stingers and hawkers love to jump up there. And of course, if a red shows up right here, it can ruin your day a little bit. But a lot of times, you can actually use this car as cover.
Reloading here.
We're using the minigun. The hole opens up. On top of the minigun, you go. At the peak of your jump, you're going to jump straight up. So you stand on top of the minigun, you jump straight up, and at the peak of your jump,
Seriously?
Sorry, Mom.
oh, you're good, you're good.
Let me take care of this.
At the peak of your jump, you go forward.
Come on, bots, get your ass down here.
Reloading.
And I love having extra ammo mag capacity.
Eyes
We're pretty
and
hooked
ears
up.
Open.
I thought we were gonna buy it that time. But at least you were.
This might hurt.
Greatly appreciated.
Let me help.
Thanks, kid.
Thanks, Angelo.
Red, over there. Get
Cover me,
down.
reloading.
Oh, fuck no.
Is this an auto? No. So basically here at this point, we do want to remove some haste because there's some verticality here where the zombies can jump down on top of us, and it's just, there's a horrible place to fight. We want to move with some amount of haste. And some places
Check your mags.
in between the two paths is so
Something
thin
ain't right
that a lot of the times,
Still got it.
There.
if you're shooting on one side, it'll aggro zombies to the other side, and then they can
Bird,
flank
count
you and come
yourself
behind
lucky
you and stuff like
avoided
that.
my pot today.
Oops.
Incoming.
I believe, yeah, 2 pipe bombs. I'd freaking grab those up in a heartbeat.
I got 2
Switch
grenades.
out your nades.
Be needing this.
The pipe bombs will make it clutch for the church when we get up there.
I
'Cause
do.
I got 2 as well.
I do like
There's an
grenades.
old church up ahead. You should be able to rest up there. Be careful. Ridden may not be your only threat. The place is falling apart, so you'll have to secure it before you bunk down.
Say it. You are help.
The safe room.
Wish I had one.
Oh, I thought you were carrying one. I'm sorry.
I grabbed one, remember, and I used it to open up the machine gun.
Yes. Okay, I'm just gonna begin running towards the church.
Before I'm gonna go for that little house that's over here.
Okay, I'll meet you there.
Really nice. I get the bullets choking this gun.
Here they come.
That. know what? I'm gonna use one of those now.
This is why I wanted to go to the church and not to that stupid house. There's nothing. I know there's loot in that house, but who cares? Is it? You know, it's just not worth it. If anything goes wrong when you're looting, it just doesn't end up being worth it. Now we don't have our bots.
I could use that.
Cowboy. Trying to ping him for you.
Bill Walker! Assistance would be appreciated and actively required.
I'm clear past here, so.
Help!
Going back for Evangelo. Never mind, the hack's on top of him.
And I was right there.
Angelo!
Let's make sure they didn't die in vain.
On my target!
But
Boss Hoffman!
Sorry, guys.
It's all you right now.
we gotta clutch it. We gotta clutch it without bots. Well, maybe one bot. If no one take control of the bots if possible.
No, I'm not going to.
I got you.
There's no sense in taking over something that only has no cards and nothing to it. There's one on the other side too, I believe.
Cover me!
I got you.
Help me!
We tried.
Get back out there and show them what you're made of.
Again, it's like if you go too slow, you just run out of resources. You need to be snippy, snappy. Honestly, if you had somebody on your team who had pipe bombs, I would just like throw a pipe bomb down the path, chase after the pipe bomb to clear out the
Get
space.
out of the speed running habit.
Things like that. But really, the critical decision was looting. Like trying to loot that house cost us the round. Which is again why if you leave the safe room with all your stuff filled up, you don't need to loot. You don't need to loot. I should have preemptively just threw the grenade there. I was greedy with it.
So we don't got a OP walker
Greedy with the
us
grenade.
anymore.
Unless losing one of the bots, I think is actually kind of bad.
Oh,
I'd rather have two bots than a third player, honestly. Because realistically, so long as we have enough health, we can just tank a bunch of damage and let the bot
did
inside
you?
the church kill the zombies. So if we literally had like, if I didn't expect that. Blah, excuse me. I felt like there was so many zombies all of a sudden. I didn't expect it to be that crazy that quickly. But basically, just pop a grenade, clear the room out, pop your pain pills, put one board on as many windows as possible, and then you just go to the windows that's most in danger.
My husband Ben has
Oh,
to
you
Go
guys
from
still
there.
didn't
so
give it
get
to
what
us.
you need
Bastard.
and be on your way. They told us it would probably clear up by itself, but that place they set up at the fairgrounds anyways. We're not really ones for company if you
You
get
get
my
a different
drift.
upgrade for our gun. $50. Get rid of the negative things. Sure.
Your
Seems
husband.
good. Alright, this guy stole my grenades. But he may not have any money.
Oh shit.
You'll be needing this.
You're doing those for a reason, I take it. Okay. Oh,
You should
drop
have
those
this.
back down.
That's alright, I already bought more and replaced them.
That'll do.
Oh,
If
okay.
you need it, take it.
So Jim can take a grenade here if you want.
Grenade
that.
here.
Well, all right then.
Watch out!
They're leaving, Ben. We'll be able to get some peace and quiet now.
Eat that, you bastard! Man, there could be anything in there.
Oh
Watch out! Man, let's cover me! Reload!
Then just stay on the high ground, right? We all saw Star Wars.
Keep your nuts on that.
Stick to the high ground.
Traffic got snarled pretty bad in the last days of the collapse. With your ingenuity,
Here's
sure
our
you'll
gun.
find a way through.
Aggro as much as we can.
That's right, the old Hoffman 1-2.
See that, father? I could have made the team.
Just keep moving post haste. I'm assuming this guy got a toolkit again. Yeah. Sometimes a sleeper can spawn on this half of the truck.
Watch out, small boy!
Freaking Stinger hit me for 40 points of damage, I think. We're gonna go back and heal.
Okay, this is my fault. I get it.
See that?
You know what?
And there's not a whole lot more else to talk about as far as doing this map, right? You can sort of just see that it's just about execution, about moving as quickly as possible, especially through the rock path and the woods. If you do the skip, where you're jumping over the trailer in some way or another, I think it's okay to spend a little bit of time in the rock path. Just a little bit of time, because if you get to the church too early, then things start spawning there, and also you can soft lock the game. If you open up the church door before the objective says continue to the church.
Ammo! There. Got a tall boy! Over here.
So losing our last spot, I think, is actually bad in this instance.
Well, what do you
There must be some way through.
We're gonna do the same thing again, or
Yeah,
kind of want to save it for the
yeah, I think so.
frickin'.
I think that's fine. So that everyone's loaded in. I just want to make sure
Anyone want this? See
if
that?
anyone gets to the church before the objective says continue to the church, don't open up the church door, otherwise
Figure out a way
you soft lock
past
the
that.
game.
Christ on a bike!
Cover me, reloading.
So now that we have a bot, sort of zooming ahead and leaving our teammates behind at any point is not really an option, because
Yeah,
we need
almost slow
we
and
need
fat.
them with us at the church to help us do
So
it.
save it or use it.
I say use it.
Okay.
Look at these greedy bastards. Look at these greedy bastards.
Guys everywhere. A minute here.
They all wanted to be the first one over.
Receiving reports of something strange.
So typically I would just don't linger here. I would get past all this crap.
The old Hoffman 1-2.
Oh, that car's gonna blow up. Watch out for that car, it's gonna blow up.
Reloading.
That card just freaking cleared the way for me.
Ammo!
I'll take it.
Anyone?
Bandages here.
Yeah,
Defibrillator.
Evangeline needs
look
that shit
bad,
bad.
Mind the birds.
So yeah, I would take it just a little bit slower.
Fish in a barrel.
made it?
Hey! Fire!
Oops,
I am so sorry. There.
Above us, above us.
We got a tall boy!
We want to back up to this gas tank.
Need ammo.
He did.
So here, I have this feeling I want to tell my teammates that I'm going to sprint ahead and pull aggro.
Don't want to die out here.
Try to go around, get a
Where is the thing? I can hear it.
different angle.
It's not gonna let me ping it.
Eyes.
There his ass is.
Reloading.
They need this.
Loot what we got.
Catch over here.
Wish I had
Over
one.
there.
wish I had one.
This guy is overly annoying.
Yeah, we just need a different angle.
There's a shelter up ahead.
And so when it comes to
Reports
moving
it's
through
long
the
abandoned.
through the
Be
forest,
careful.
which I highly
Some
recommend,
people like
don't
to
linger
leave
in this
parting
forest because
gifts
it's
for the
just so many
rich
angles.
or the over-inquisitive.
No
Left
real good
unaddressed,
place to put your back
pretty
against
bad
you and
shape.
hold out.
You'll have to use
So
some
I usually
elbow
just like
grease
this.
to
You can stick to
secure
the
it.
left side. Well, it is a little tricky to walk on because a lot of this
This nightmare wasn't real enough.
a lot
for
of
you.
this ground,
Looks like
the
you're
zombies can just run up it, but we have to sort of mantle a lot of it.
See that,
So
father?
I wouldn't really stay here to fight. It was just get up on this and then start running.
What's that?
So I think we should just run through the forest as fast as we can now, pretty much.
Friendly fire!
You all right there, Loki? Cover me! Not today, Rick! Closer than I would've liked.
Let's heal up. We have tons of money. Let's go back for our teammates. Macro.
Well, we got that a thing or two by mistake. Need to reload.
We even give Evangelist some
Let me
pain
patch
pills
you up, will ya?
because he's straggling. I got a grenade for this door
Oh,
when
yes.
we're ready.
I'm looking at that as heals.
Don't need this no more. See that?
Angelo, you need heals? Yeah, there you go.
Kids want this? There.
Do it again, Evangelo.
Yeah, you guys ready?
Ready?
Need help.
Gotcha.
See that?
Last person in, close the door. So you just want to get one board on
Come on, let's get this place sealed up.
as many windows as possible. Just need one. And then now we need to evaluate which window is taking the most damage and board that up first. We're looking pretty good here. We're solid. We're safe. We
Keeping
can
that
use
for
some
me.
loot.
Sight here.
Time to go.
And that's it. And you can just see the dramatic difference between it going smoothly and having
It's
people
so
there
much
with
easier
you.
when you actually have 4 people at the church instead of trying to speed run there with one.
It's easier. It's easier with bots. The bots die. The bots spawn. At the church, you pick up the bots. You're golden. I hope this video was helpful. I'm sorry, just laughing at how salty that guy was. Yeah, the key for the church that I just want to re-emphasize is once you're inside, putting one board on each window, because one board is all that you need to stop the horde. They'll start scratching at the window. One board on 3 or 4 windows. When they spawn, they're sort of like spawning from one side of the church. So if you can sort of quickly identify that and board up those 3 or 4 windows, you're sort of golden. You just recognize which of those windows now are taking the most damage. You put a second board on it, and you sort of run back and forth, zigzagging to windows, reinforcing the ones that need more wood. And that's about it. And I'll see you guys soon here for the next video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the future.